can't be patriotic when you embrace and enable lies. Those who stormed this Capitol, and those who instigated and incited, and those who called on them to do so, held a dagger at the throat of America, at American democracy.
Today, the nation pauses to reflect on the one-year anniversary of the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol. President Biden marked the day by declaring he will defend this nation. 5 people died as a result of the attack, and there have been several events in D.C. in remembrance of the grim anniversary as many call for action. Natalie Brand is on Capitol Hill with a look at the commemorations in Washington.
These images from 1 year ago when rioters attacked the U.S. Capitol will be forever etched in the minds of the lawmakers and everyone else here on January 6th.
Those of us trapped in the gallery, we lived it. Ducking, crawling under, over railings, hands, knees, the sounds, the smells.
Former Vice President Dick Cheney joined his daughter, Wyoming Congresswoman Liz Cheney, on the House floor for a moment of silence. The president and vice president came to Capitol Hill to mark the solemn occasion.
The American spirit is being tested.
In fiery remarks, President Biden put the blame squarely on his predecessor.
For the first time in our history, a president had not just lost an election, he tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power as a violent mob breached the Capitol. But they failed. They failed.
Former President Trump canceled a planned news conference but released a statement calling today's events, quote, political theater and repeating false claims about the 2020 election.
Donald Trump today continues to spread his poisonous vial about the big lie.
Senate Democrats took to the floor to mark the anniversary and demand passage of voting rights legislation, while emotional support dogs like Douglas made the rounds to put people at ease outside the chamber. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Well, the attack on the Capitol resulted in more than 725 arrests, including 63 from the Lone Star State. Texas had the 3rd highest amount of people facing charges, falling behind Pennsylvania and Florida. So Matthew Mazzacco, a man from San Antonio, spent 45 days in jail after pleading guilty to parading, demonstrating, or picketing. He also had to pay $500 in restitution for damages. Jenna Ryan, a realtor from Frisco, was sentenced to 60 days in prison. She also pleaded guilty to parading, demonstrating, or picketing. She has to pay $1,500 in restitution and fines. Houston police officer Tamden Pham was sentenced to 45 days in prison. He pled guilty to similar charges and had to pay $1,500 by December 1st. Several other Texans either reached plea agreements or face trials this year, and at least 5 of them who pled guilty last year will face sentencing this year. But the FBI is still looking for 250 other people involved in the riots.
The Justice Department remains committed to holding all January 6 perpetrators at any level accountable under law.
Investigators are also still searching for the pipe bomb suspect. They've conducted more than 900 interviews and scoured 39,000 video files. So far, they've been able to track the suspect's route, but they're asking for the public's help to locate them.